whispering walls. You stand on the sidewalk, and you look up. The building is old, not charmingly old, not the kind of old that gets written about in travel magazines. This is the other kind, the kind where the brick has gone soft at the edges, where the mortar crumbles if you press your thumb into it. You can feel the grit of it already, just looking at it, that chalky, powdery resistance. Then the give. The rain is light, barely there, just enough to mist your face, to settle on the fabric of your jacket in tiny silver beads. You pull your collar a little closer, not because you're cold, not yet, but because the air here has a particular dampness to it, heavy, the kind that settles in your lungs like a slow breath. You forgot to finish. You have the key in your pocket. You've been rolling it between your fingers for the last 10 minutes. The brass is warm now, almost body temperature, and the teeth of it have left little grooves in the pad of your thumb. Apartment 4C, your new home. The lobby smells like old paper and something underneath that, something mineral, like wet stone, like a cave. Your footsteps echo on the tile. It's cracked in places, black and white squares, like a chessboard that someone has been slowly losing. Each step makes a slightly different sound. Some tiles are solid, others give a faint, hollow tap, as if there's nothing beneath them but air. The staircase curves upward to the left. The banister is wooden, dark, almost black, and when you wrap your hand around it, you feel the smoothness of 1,000 other hands that have gripped the same rail. Every palm that ever steadied itself here left behind some invisible trace, wore down the grain just a little more. You climb, 2nd floor, 3rd floor. Each landing has the same faded green wallpaper, the same water stain in a slightly different shape. On the 3rd floor, it looks almost like a hand. 4th floor, apartment 4C is at the end of the hall. The door is heavier than you expected. The key slides in with a satisfying click, that perfect mechanical alignment, and the lock turns with a sound like a knuckle cracking. The apartment is small, 1 bedroom, a kitchen barely wider than your arm span, a bathroom with hexagonal tiles, and a mirror that's slightly warped at the edges. Your reflection bends just a little at the corners if you look too long, but it's the walls you notice. Not right away, not consciously. It's more like a feeling, the way you might sense someone standing behind you before you turn around. The walls have a texture to them, not just the paint, which is thick and layered. You can see the ridges where someone painted over and over again, each coat trapping the one beneath it like sediment. Run your hand along the surface. Go ahead, cool, slightly uneven, and if you press your ear against it, nothing, not yet. You unroll your sleeping bag on the bedroom floor. The mattress won't arrive until Thursday. The floor is hard beneath you. You can feel every board, every gap between them, the slight unevenness where the wood has swelled and shrunk over decades. You lie on your back. The ceiling is high, higher than you'd expect in a building this old. The streetlight outside sends a thin amber line across it, through the gap in the curtains. It moves very slowly as cars pass on the street below. The rain picks up. You can hear it more clearly now. Individual drops tapping the glass, each one a slightly different pitch depending on where it lands. And then something else. At first you think it's the neighbors, voices, muffled, indistinct, like someone left a television on in the next apartment. You can almost make out words, listening to a language you studied years ago. Familiar shapes, no meaning. You hold your breath, and you listen. A woman's voice, low, steady. She's talking about groceries, a list, milk, bread, something else you can't catch. Then a pause, then laughter, soft private laughter, like she's laughing at herself. Then it's gone. You exhale. Your breath fogs slightly in the cool air. You tell yourself it's nothing. Old buildings carry sound in strange ways. Pipes and ducts and hollow spaces between walls. They create channels, acoustic pathways that turn a whisper 3 floors down into something that sounds like it's right beside your ear. You close your eyes. The second night, you hear them again. This time, you're more awake, more attuned. You've spent the day unpacking, and your hands still smell like cardboard and tape. The apartment is starting to look like yours. A lamp here, a stack of books there, but it doesn't feel like yours. Not yet. It starts around midnight. The voices, plural this time. A man arguing, not shouting, but that low controlled anger that's almost worse. His words are clipped. Something about a key, about changing the locks, about trust. Then a child, counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. You sit up in bed. The sheets pool around your waist. Cool cotton, slightly rough. Your pulse is in your fingertips. The child keeps counting. 5, 6, 7. And then the woman from last night, the same one, you're almost sure, starts humming a melody you don't recognize. Something minor and slow, like a lullaby from a country you've never visited. You get up. The floor is cold under your bare feet. You cross the room, 3 steps, and press your palm flat against the wall. It's warm, not the warmth of a radiator pipe running behind it, not the warmth of sunlight stored in brick. This is different, organic, like pressing your hand against another person's back while they sleep, and you feel it beneath your palm, a vibration so faint you might be imagining it, like a heartbeat, but slower. You spend the next morning searching, tenant records, building history. You find fragments. The building was constructed in 1923. It's changed hands 6 times. There was a fire on the 2nd floor in 1971. 3 tenants in 4C before you in the last decade, alone. None of this explains anything, but you can't stop reading. Each name is a thread, and you're pulling at all of them, hoping one will unravel into something that makes sense. Your tea goes cold. You don't notice. The 3rd night, the voices are clearer. You can hear full sentences now. A woman telling someone she's leaving. A man reading aloud from something. A newspaper, maybe. His voice flat and mechanical. 2 people laughing together, then falling silent at the same time, and layered beneath all of it. That humming, always the humming. You press your ear to the wall, really press it, your cheekbone flat against the cool, warm surface, your breath fogging a little circle on the paint, and you hear something new, your own voice, quiet, distant, like hearing a recording of yourself played back from another room. You recognize it the way you recognize your own handwriting, not from how it sounds to you, but from how it sounds to everyone else. You're saying something you said this morning on the phone to the building manager. Yeah, no, the place is great. Just getting settled in, word for word. You stop unpacking after that. The boxes stay where they are, half open, spilling their contents like something interrupted. You sit on the mattress and you stare at the wall, the paint, those layers? How many coats? How many tenants smoothed a roller across the surface and told themselves they were making it theirs? But nothing here is yours. Nothing stays yours. The walls take it all. You start to notice the pattern. The voices are loudest near the bedroom wall, the one that faces the hallway. If you stand in the center of the room, they're a murmur. If you approach the wall, they sharpen, like tuning a radio, and your own voice is getting louder among them. You hear yourself humming while you made coffee. You hear yourself whispering, come on, while you waited for the Wi-Fi to connect. You hear the sound you made at 2 in the morning when you woke up and forgot where you were. That small, startled breath. The walls heard it all. On the 5th night, you stand in the dark and you listen. You don't press your ear to the wall this time. You don't need to. The voices fill the room like smoke, curling into corners, settling against the ceiling, pooling at your feet. You hear arguments from the 1980s, a phone call from 2003, someone crying in 2019, quietly, the way people cry when they don't want to be heard. But the walls heard, the walls always hear, and threaded through all of it, your voice, getting closer, getting clearer, as if the walls are learning you, memorizing the particular frequency of your breathing, the rhythm of your footsteps, the exact weight of your silence. You stand very still, and you realize the walls are not just recording, they're collecting every tenant who ever lived here, every conversation, every whisper, every sigh breathed into a pillow at 3 in the morning. It's all here, layered, preserved, like those coats of paint, one life on top of another on top of another, and now you're one of the layers. By morning, the voices have faded. They always fade by morning. The apartment is quiet. The walls are just walls, off-white, layered paint. You can see a hairline crack running from the ceiling to the window frame, the kind that happens when buildings settle, when structures shift and accommodate the slow weight of time. You sit by the front door with your jacket on. The key is in your hand again, cooler now, the brass pressing its shape into your fingers. You could leave, find another place, tell the building manager some excuse about the commute, the light, the noise from the street. But here is the thing you keep circling back to, the thing that sits in your chest like a stone. You pressed your ear to that wall, and you heard people who lived here 30, 50, 70 years ago. Their ordinary moments, their unremarkable Tuesdays, the sound of them existing in this small space, going about the quiet business of being alive, and someone, someday, will press their ear to this wall and hear you, your voice, your humming, your startled breath at 2 in the morning. Is that terrifying, or is it the only kind of forever any of us ever get? You turn the key over in your hand. You stay. That was The Whispering Walls. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here in the quiet with me. If the walls around you are listening right now, maybe that's okay. Maybe the things worth saying are also the things worth keeping. Sleep well. I'll see you in the next one.